I'm Stu from Hive Mind Automation, and welcome to the Hive. In this gadget review video, we're going to be taking a look at this, the Arlec Smart LED Downlight with Grid Connect. After my last unboxing and review of the Arlec Smart 5-outlet powerboard with Grid Connect, I was really keen to take a look at more of the Grid Connect product range, so we put in a click and collect order at Bunnings and picked up 4 of these to upgrade the lighting here in the dining room. These are very reasonably priced at Bunnings at only $22.90 per downlight. Taking a look at the box, this is the 9-watt version and it has both color temperature and RGB control. And around the side of the box, we've got some more product specifications. Now, according to the specs, it outputs a maximum of 740 lumens with a CRI above 80. And the last important specification we need is actually around this side, which is that we need a 92mm cutout. So without further ado, let's get the downlight out of the box and see what we've got. So I'm just going to grab my trusty knife here and going to cut there and open up the box. And as we open the box, we've got a cutout template so that we make sure we've got the right size hole in our ceiling. And inside the box, we've got the downlight unit itself attached to an LED driver box with a plug-in power lead. We've got a quick start guide, an installation guide, and some warranty info. Now, looking at the way this driver is wired, if you don't have GPO outlets in your ceiling for wiring up your LED downlights, it wouldn't be too hard to get an electrician to wire this up directly into the wiring, but it is worth double checking with your electrician before you go spending your money on that. Build quality feels good. The light itself appears to be very lightweight, machined out of aluminium and then powder coated, I'd say. And good strain relief here on the cable, and there's good grip on the cables into the driver box, and the driver box also feels pretty sturdy. So for now, to get this set up, I'm going to plug this into this switched power board over here, and it's going to turn on just so that we can connect it to Tuya. So just having turned it on, it is at 100%, and I can tell you that it is very, very bright. Very bright indeed. So we'll pause the video there and I'll grab Tuya and we'll get started. Okay, great. So I've got the light over here. Hopefully that's not blowing out too much on the camera. And I'm going to open up Tuya Smart. So the first thing I'm going to do is tap the plus button here in the top right hand corner. And then I'm going to select lighting down the left hand side. We're going to scroll through and I'm going to select this ceiling light Wi-Fi item here. Now it's going to ask us for our Wi-Fi password, and it also tells us that we need to have a 2.4 gigahertz Wi-Fi network, as this device does not work with a 5 gigahertz Wi-Fi. My Wi-Fi here is dual band, so it will work just fine. So once we hit next, we're going to be told to set the device into pairing mode. And so with this particular unit, we're going to pay attention to the quick start guide, and we're going to turn the power off, and we want to turn it on and off 5 times. So we're going to go on, off, on, off, on, off, on, off, and then on. And then we should see it start blinking. There we go. So that's now blinking, and we need to tap this confirm indicator rapidly blink and then tap next. So it's searching for the device, adding the device. There we go. Okay, so We've got device added successfully. I'm going to change the name, Dining Room 2. So I've got 4 of these lights. We'll do save, and I'm going to also put that in the dining room, and we're going to tap done. And so now that we've done that, we have the interface for the light itself. And so we see that it's recognized again that it is an Arlec. We've got a master switch. Now the master switch on this does work, as opposed to on the power board that I tested the other day. So if we tap on this icon as well, this icon also acts as a toggle. Down a little bit further, we've got a dimmer, and we can dim that down. Now, interestingly, I have noticed that for whatever reason, it doesn't fully dim the light. I suspect that that dimmer issue is more related to the fact that we're using the Tuya Smart app rather than using the native Grid Connect app. A little further down, we've got our mode section here, and we can choose either white or color. For now, we'll leave it in white, and you'll see that we can change the color temperature to a nice warm white, or somewhere in between, or this cool white. If we tap on color mode here, we've got red, green, and blue. And we can also tap this plus button to define a custom color. And as we drag the color wheel around, we see that those update pretty much live. So we'll save that. We've also got the time icon here. And if we tap that, we can create timers. I won't do that right now. And the last thing I want to mention here down the bottom is this theme palette, which allows us to cycle through different colors in the theme. So there's night, reading, work, leisure, soft, colorful, dazzling, and gorgeous. Now I have noticed that these mostly only seem to do primary colors, and you can define your own colors for your own use case. By clicking on the stars icon next to the theme name, we then open a menu where we can change the speed and the mode. So at the moment we're on breathe mode, and you'll see that it's cycling through slowly and nicely. We can put that on flash mode, and we can also change the speed, so we can make it go faster or slower. I particularly like it in breathe mode, and with a relatively fast-ish speed. I probably wouldn't do it that fast. That's pretty nice. And we'll back out there. For now, we'll go back to color mode. We'll go back to white, and I like it in this warm white at around this 1% setting. Lastly, by tapping on the ellipsis in the top right hand corner, we have the info menu where we can do things like changing the name, grab device information, set up third-party control, turn on offline notifications. We can share the device with other users in our home, and also create groups of devices, and even check for firmware updates. So that's the Tuya app. Now I have discovered that the Tuya Home Assistant integration doesn't appear to support these lights properly at this time. However, I have found a workaround that gives us some control over them until we can solve this issue more permanently. What we're going to do is create a group on that ellipsis page. Even if there were only one light in this group, that's okay. After we've created our group, we're going to back out to the main page of the Tuya app and tap Smart down the bottom here. For now, what I want to do is create 2 scenes, one for on and one for off. So we'll tap the plus button in the top right, click Launch Tap to run, then click Run the device, and then I'm going to select the dining room lights group that we just created, and in the switch item I'm going to grab on and then click save, and then tap next, and then tap save again. We'll do the same again, but this time we're going to select off. Now that I've created those 2 smart actions, I'm just going to test them. So we've done off and on. Fantastic. So now we're going to pop into Home Assistant, and we're going to go to Configuration, Integrations, and we're going to find the Tuya Smart integration. We're going to click on the dot stack and click Reload. And what we should see is that the available devices has changed here. And we've got this alert that the integration was reloaded, and we can click OK. Now that we've done that, if we pop back out to our overview section and scroll down a little bit, you'll see that we've got this scenes section here. And we can use these scenes by activating them to turn the lights on and off. And that's just calling the scenes that we created in the Tuya Smart app. We'll be taking a look at how to flash these lights and the power board with custom firmware in a future video to remove the cloud requirement of Tuya, and that custom firmware should also let us get these lights properly integrated into Home Assistant. So if you're not already subscribed, please consider doing so now so you don't miss out on that video and many more home automation tips and tricks. Now, in summary, despite the weird workaround required to get it integrated into Home Assistant, for less than 30 bucks, this light is great value. They're super bright at full power, and I'm really looking forward to getting these into the ceiling to see how they look. I am going to have to slightly enlarge the holes that my current downlights use in order to accommodate these larger units. And that's going to be a little bit difficult. However, a tip that I picked up while researching was that I can use my hole saws with one inside the other, and this smaller one, if it's the right size for the existing holes, should ride within the hole that's already there and then allow us a nice clean cut on the outer hole as well. So I'll get the other 3 devices unboxed and set up, and then we will cut some holes in the ceiling, get them installed. So hopefully in a second we'll show you a before and an after. That's it for this video. I do hope this video has helped you make some choices purchasing devices for your own home automation journey. Thanks again for watching. I'm Stu from Hive Mind Automation. We'll see you next time.